Okay, guys, welcome back to the bootleg studios of Rant Roller Sports. I have a subscriber request. Dr. J. Julius Irving of the Philadelphia 76ers fame and also the New York Nets of the ABA against six-time NBA champion, one of the greatest defenders in the history of the game, and one of the greatest all-around players in the history of the game, and also in my opinion, a top five small forward ever. A lot of you might dispute that, but I made a video about Scottie Pippen already called Scottie Pippen, the most underrated player in NBA history. Check that one out, and you can disagree with me there. All right, guys, let's get it going. I always have to turn the volume up because music is playing initially. Okay, guys, as always, this is the computer playing, so there's no bias. I don't want you guys to think I'm favoring one or another with these matchups. Dr. J jumps out with a 1-0 lead. You know, a lot how Kwame Brown is coming out recently and began to speak up for himself after years of getting bashed by the media for being a bust. Scottie Pippen recently wrote a book and he started speaking out after years of disrespect on Scottie Pippen's name. He was there for all 6 championships and was definitely, I believe, if not 50-50, it was like somewhere close to the 52-47 or 53-47, excuse me, or 48-52. But it's a lot closer than what a lot of media pundits like to give it credit for. I'm talking about the lion's share of the credit for those Bulls championships. Dr. J gets disrespected a lot in my Larry Bird videos, where people claiming that Larry Bird was heads and shoulders above Dr. J. But what they fail to realize is Dr. J, by the time he got to the NBA, he was past his physical prime. His style of play, swoop into the hoop, like Walt Clyde Frazier would say, he had banged up knees, feet. You know, by the time he got to the NBA, he was on a bad knee, at least one bad knee, and they just didn't have the medical science and nutrition information that they have today. Or the shoe technology, for that matter. Dr. J probably would have had a better prolonged career if he was wearing a better pair of shoes. Can you imagine playing basketball, competitive basketball, in those canvas Chuck Taylors? Holy boy. But anyway, Pippen leading 3-1. Dr. J proving here that he was no slouch defensively. What a nice move by the doctor. He's going to have to work really hard to win this one-on-one against, in my opinion, the greatest perimeter defender ever, along with Jordan. I would say that they're probably equals. They're the two best I ever seen. And I give them the nod over Gary Payton because they could defend bigger players. That being Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Honorable mention, yes, to the great Dennis Rodman. I wouldn't have a problem if you said Rodman was the greatest defender ever. The same subscriber who suggested this, I don't know if he wants to be put on blast, so I'm not mentioning his name, first suggested, I believe, Charles Barkley versus Bill Laimbeer, but unfortunately Charles Barkley is not in the game 2K21, and he hasn't been in the 2K series pretty much since it started. I don't know if there's licensing issues going on there. Scottie, this is coming out party. Maybe I should do a Scottie against the world tour. Scottie's revenge. I'm no longer Robin. If anything, I'm Daredevil, goddammit. It was always disrespectful to call Scottie Pippen Robin. Scottie Pippen was more like Daredevil. Or even the Black Panther. Just somebody a little bit more substantial than Robin. Sorry, DC comic fans. I know you'll probably point out series in which Robin was kicking ass. But everybody knows Robin for being a goofy Peter Pan-like character. If you had to poll everybody, that's the image of Robin that would come to mind. A Peter Pan fighting crime. Scottie said, I ain't no Peter Pan, goddamn it. And he's 4 points away from beating the legendary Dr. J, who made his early fame in street contests just like this. Well, not one-on-one, but in street ball, Rucker Park games, and so on. Oh, Scottie looking for the foul. There's no foul, folks. Get up and play ball. Oh, Lord. This is the Scottie Pippen from the Bulls team that went 72-10. So this is the best version of Scottie Pippen, especially defensively. There were very few guys that gave Scottie problems as far as him being able to guard them. I mean, Grant Hill was one of them who gave Scottie a problem. Of course, Tracy McGrady, but these are upper echelon great ball players. Early on, Bird gave him some trouble, obviously. But to Pippen's credit, he wasn't a fully matured basketball player at that time. Not around 86, 87. He was just getting his feet wet. I know a lot of you Bird fanatics will say, yeah, Bird would have torched him no matter what. I am not so sure if he would have had his way with this version of Scottie, who single-handedly disrupted Utah's pick and roll in the finals by hounding John Stockton relentlessly and disrupting the pick and roll. That is one of the oddest constructed teams in NBA history, that 72-10 Bulls team, because you truly had no traditional point guard in the starting five. You had Ron Harper, who was 6'6", Michael Jordan, who's 6'6", Scottie, who's 6'7", Dennis Rodman, who's about 6'7", 6'8", And I think it was Luke Longley in the starting lineup. So that was an odd lineup that only true superstars could have pulled off, because somebody had to guard a small point guard every night. It was either Scottie or Ron Harper for the most part, and then Jordan would switch off on him occasionally. But a lot of times that duty went to Scottie. In today's game, he would have been put on Chris Paul to slow him down. And he would have done so. Even though Chris Paul was great, Scottie was just so quick side to side, and his defensive fundamentals were so on point. And his length would have been a little bit too much for Chris Paul. I also believe Scottie could have guarded Giannis and kept him from driving to the basket so easily. Nine to 4, folks. Scottie could do it all offensively as well. He really didn't have a weakness other than not being a great free throw shooter. He was about average. Shot somewhere between 68 and 70%. But as he got older in his career, he became a much more prolific three-point shooter. And I believe if he played in today's game, you probably would see somebody like a Kawhi Leonard. Except he's a better facilitator than Kawhi Leonard. And to Kawhi's credit, Kawhi is a much better mid-range and three-point shooter than Scottie. Dr. J trying to battle back. And this, folks, is why I only put these games to 11. Because right now we're at the 12-minute mark. And I don't like to keep these videos too long. I'll do a part 2 if this film cuts off. Scottie 1 point away, hounding Dr. J. Come on, Scottie, end this already for me, baby. Oh, he blows the wide open layup. Come on. We hit the 13-minute mark. YouTubers don't got that kind of attention span. Finish. Put Dr. J to bed. But no, Dr. J won't go to bed. Good defense by the good doctor. He's on fire right now. Scottie with the block. And that's it. And it's fitting that he would end it on a defensive play. Quickly, let's go through the box score. Scottie, 29 rebounds and 3 blocks and a steal. Shot 11 for 40. This was a defensive battle. Dr. J had 21 boards, a block, 3 turnovers. Shot 7 for 29. So there you have it, folks. Scottie Pippen beats Dr. J in a game of 1-on-1, a game to 11. This has been Rant Roller Sports. Thank you for watching.